Welcome to Help at the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Barbee. This afternoon, we have a special guest. We have Kiya Ware.
Yes.
Okay, you're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hello, world. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for having me, sir. I appreciate you.
No problem. No problem.
My name is Kiya Ware. As our wonderful host has just said, I am the founder and CEO of two amazing businesses. I have a non-for-profit called Boost for Children Incorporated, and it is a family strengthening center. I just relocated here to Texas, so Boost for Children Incorporated is not fully operational as of yet. I am looking for building and staffing and things of that nature, and just seeing the best place to place it here in Texas. My other business, my baby, is Amplify You, where I specialize in grant writing. I help start up businesses. I help with branding. It's a lot, but my gifting is in grant writing. So those are the two of my businesses that I have of my own. I'm partnered with I network with a lot of people all over the world. So you can reach me via email. My websites will be up in the next 2 weeks, and I'll be able to give Mr. Emmanuel, that information at a later time, so you all will be able to get in touch with me.
Give them that email address.
On my email address, amplify you, and it is AMPLIFY, the letter U, the number 21 at gmail.com. So it's amplify you 21 at gmail.com.
All right. And I definitely want to try to do some business with your company because we do need grant writers over here.
Yeah, it's a
So
big thing. I mean, it's not a lot of people doing it, because it is tedious, and so most people start, and then it's overwhelming at the end of the day. So they go off into different business adventures. But I'd love to partner with you and see what it is that you have going, and see how we can help fund and secure you some funding for these business opportunities you have.
great, great, great. You mentioned that you have a nonprofit and a for-profit. Is that correct?
I have a nonprofit and a what now, sir? I'm
A
sorry.
for-profit business, correct?
Right. Well, it's a non for profit. My Boost for Children Incorporated. It's non
Okay.
for profit. It's linking up with the state, making sure everything has state regulations. That's why I'm looking to actually know where to put it. Mainly because I want to be where the need is. It's a family strengthening center. It's not a daycare. We take these children out on trips. We have mentorships. We have counseling. We take them outside of the area that they're accustomed to being in, and also educating them along the way. So that's why it's not a daycare facility. It's not a recreational facility. Like, it really builds and strengthens families. There are things that we do that mom and dad, or whoever the child's guardian is, has to participate in. So I can't wait to actually lift that one here. I started it in New York, in upstate New York, and it boomed, and it wowed me. My children are my biggest inspiration. My children are the reason that I do everything that I do, because they come in, they're like, well, hey, mom, we don't have this, or this place doesn't have this, and what do we do about this? So my children really are the forerunners of both of my businesses. I want them to be successful young adults, so they can be productive adults. And I just want to catapult people into their greatness. You know what I mean? I want to be able to take your visions and make them a tangible experience.
That's wonderful. Now, tell me again about your other business, because I was under impression that was a for-profit, but I guess that's a nonprofit too. So, can you tell me
Right.
about your other?
No, my Amplify You is for profit, but Boost for Children is my non-for-profit. My grant
Okay.
writing is for profit. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So, tell me a little bit more, please, about your for-profit business. Then, please.
You want me to talk more about Amplify You?
Yeah, is that the one that's for-profit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Tell us about that one, please.
Okay. Amplify You is just what I was just explaining. I want to take your visions and I want to make them a tangible experience. I do help with business startups and branding. So that's creating getting an EIN number. I help with 501c3s. Just all of the business paperwork part is pretty much what I do. I can't promise to secure you funding, but I apply and I've secured several different uh, several companies. Actually, I've had two churches and a couple of. I had a barber shop. I've had. It's just an array. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll be able to see some of those testimonials and things on my website as well once it gets up and running in the next 2 weeks. As far as the funding that has been secured, there are startup costs. You know what I mean? There are consultations. That's why I gave my email address so you can tell me your business needs, and I can see if that is something that my company will be able to assist you with.
Great, great, great. Well, I just want to say on my end, I have a non-for-profit, but unfortunately, I don't have a physical building, nor do I have any employees right now. So that's how come I'm trying to turn my, I'm gonna say, I'm trying to turn my book into a film. So
Okay.
that way I don't have to sit up here and just be wasted because I'm paying money out of pocket. I
Right.
did all the paperwork. You know, my and it's a 501c3. Legitimate. Nonprofit. We pay the city, state, and the IRS.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that's where I'm at right now. But my goal is to just if I did try to utilize your services, it would be geared toward trying to help, with our film project in terms of getting funding for that.
Okay.
But and our goal is to try to obtain 500,000. Now I do have a GoFundMe page, and it's up and running right now, and people they can find that at the bottom of this video podcast in the comment section. That's where I'm gonna have that posted, as well as my revised book, as well as our PayPal page. And if you're a U.S. citizen, you can donate
Okay.
through our PayPal page, and you can use that as a tax write-off because this is a legitimate 501c3. So I'm just saying, I'm just speaking, letting people know. But again, out of 1,902 people that's on my Facebook friends list, so far we have 0 donations, and that's not cool. That's not cool at all, family.
Well, what are you doing in the community to set up for your donations and things? Like, are you
Right now,
doing cook-offs?
right now I'm being,
You
right
know,
now I'm being, right now I'm being real. I don't have that physical building.
well, you
My
don't have to have a
goal.
physical building in order to, host an event.
That's how
You
come.
have to let
That's how come
the
I got my.
community.
That's how come I have my GoFundMe page. That's how and that's how come I created this platform in the first place too, to get my message out there. This is my way of marketing. because I'm on a
Right,
shoestring
right,
budget. I can't be paying, a lot of people at this point in time.
right, right. So, so the goal, the overall goal, is to change. Well, create a film out of your book. That's the goal. And your budget is five
So
hundred thousand. Is that what you said?
that's what I want to obtain.
Okay.
That's what I want to obtain to do my film, because I want to make sure I do a quality film. Right now, I just want to explain this to you as well as to my listeners. All I have is my revised book. That's what I have here. That's why I wrote the book in the first place. I wrote the vision
Okay.
and made it plain. This is the foundation of my Christian business. The the solution for Black America: reclaiming, rebuilding, and restoring the urban ghettos in America, second edition. Um, and basically, this is about my life experience, what I've done, what I used to do in the inner cities. It's also about our past, present, and future experience as Black Americans.
Right.
So my thing is, I want to focus on helping our people, specifically starting here in the city of Chicago, because we want to make Chicago a model for other cities across the United States.
Okay.
And also, I have a virtual store. The link is also going to be in the comment section. But
It's in the comment
unfortunately,
section.
but unfortunately, just a moment. Unfortunately, my book and my virtual store items on there is barely selling. So I'm like, doggone it, what can I do? I can't make people buy my book. I can't make people buy items from my virtual store. So I'm like, hey, look, this is how come I created this platform to try to reach like-minded Black Americans, like-minded Africans. I'm like, hey, look, I got something positive I want to offer. Now, what we're going to do in my business, our mission is to help eradicate urban violence in Chicago through art, culture, commerce, spiritual development, as well as hosting African tours. We're going to visit 10 African nations. But before we go to Africa to visit, I want to get African immigrants here within the United States of America to work with us to help build this Christian business here in the city of Chicago. I'm looking for African immigrants from the following African nations: South Africa, Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Uganda, Angola, Liberia, Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Nigeria. I need those people to be on board with this, because this is going to help with our credibility. Again, I've been pushing this for 32 years. It's not
Have you
cool.
been to those
Say
places
that again,
yourself?
please.
Have you been to those places yourself?
No, I haven't. I have not, but I am going to go there. But my
Okay.
thing is, I want to make sure I have African immigrants on board with this before, we visit those different African nations. And we're not going to just go there to visit. We're going to set up local chapters there, so that way we can do international trade with our brothers and sisters on the continent. Now, one thing about my type of business is that, we're going to raise the bar over here. Everything that I keep saying constantly, that's my focus. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to separate ourselves from these off-code Negroes. Those are people that's melanated, that look just like us, but they just want to sit up here and undermine us. That's how come Black America is not going forward. We're going actually backwards. We're in worse shape now. I'm just saying, as a community, than we were under Jim Crow. We had more Black businesses.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah, because our people are up here now. These days, they want to patronize everybody else, all these other businesses. Again, like I say, out of 1,901 people that's on my Facebook friends list, I have 0 donations. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Now, I'm going to keep throwing that stuff up there because, hey, I'm doing my part. I'm trying to make this thing happen. But it takes capital. And again, eventually, yes, once I'm just saying, through this film project, the proceeds from that, I'm going to use those funds to hire qualified Black middle class professionals and African immigrants that's going to work with us, again, for credibility.
Right. Right. So I think the overall goal is amazing. But I believe you have to do smaller things to lead up to the big things. Because in order to establish credibility, you have to do things in the community showing what it is that you're doing. Like there
I
has to be something
hold on, my sister. My
that's
sister,
offered.
I already documented what I've done. People just got to read that story. You know what I'm saying? I've done my stuff, and my stuff. I come with receipt, so it's there. I've done stuff. But what I was doing was, I'm gonna say, it was just a feel good situation. It didn't solve the problems. I was feeding homeless people. I gave them bologna sandwiches and cheese sandwiches. It was nice.
Yeah.
I felt good about that, but that didn't solve our social problems here. So that's how come the Lord put in my mind to don't put a band-aid on an open wound, put stitches in this open wound. And that is by first, um, I got to get this organization built. And I can't build this by myself. This is a Nehemiah assignment. But anyone that's want to be and also this is going to be membership based, because I don't want people to be coming up in here in my type of business, the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago, just to sit up here and complain about the white man and the government. We're going to solve our social problems at the grassroots level. But I need people that's going to be on code. And everything that I've written in my revised book, that's what I'm selling. I'm selling the code. Because Black America don't have a code. There's too many of our people are off code, voting for the same political party that's not doing jack for us, but they helping every other group, and
Right,
that is
right,
the
right. So
Democrats.
what do you think is the reason that it's that funding hasn't happened, and that this business, that this whole vision that you have has not uh, manifested as of yet? What do you
Oh,
think is
that's
missing?
easy. That's easy. And I talk about that in the book. That's because of a majority of our people have that Willie Lynch mentality and or slave mentality. They don't want to see me and other brothers and sisters that's trying to do the same thing, something positive in the Black community, but we're not getting support. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so I'm like, all right, so what should I do? So that's how come God put in my heart and mind to, that's how come I'm online. I'm here to recruit brave and smart Black people that want to be a part of this, even if they're outside of Chicago, because I want this to, it's going to become a reality. But and then once I
Right.
start making money and making an impact in this in the community, then that's when everybody's going to want to be on board. But the way I operate, I don't operate like the next Black man. I have my own style and way of doing things. So I want to make sure that we're going to weed out urban terrorists, pedophiles, degenerates. Those are the people we want to make sure that we're gonna make separate from. So that's how come we're gonna have mandatory orientation in my business. People are gonna have to pass a criminal background check, sign that community pledge, and submit their thumbprint to be placed in our database. Because I want to make sure everybody is doing what they need
So
to
I
do to
think.
make sure that this thing is going to be popping here in America before I cut and run to Africa.
Mhm. Hmm. Okay. Um, I want to say that the word has to be out, because people can't help what they don't know about, and
Amen. That's true.
and so even though you are doing these podcasting, and you are hosting, and you are marketing this way, I believe you have to do more in your community. Not saying that you have not done it. I'm just saying, like, when they have town hall and city hall events, and when they have, or you can do an event yourself. You know what I'm saying? Talk about your book, bring copies of your book. You know what I mean? It's almost like another book signing, but it's not, because you're informing the people of what's really going on, and it's in an environment to where I want to hear you. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just in passing, So I would do flyers, and I would plan a community event, and you know what I'm saying, host it like a tent revival or what have you. I know the weather is not good, and I don't want to be out there this time of year. You know what I mean? So if you could get a venue, I think that would be good as well. You know what I mean? Like you can go into Burger King and use their meeting room. You know what I'm saying? Like there are inexpensive places and things that you can go to help get this word out that, you know what I'm saying, of this project that you have that you want to do. You know, because this is my first time hearing about it. You know what I mean? And so I want to say there's so many different, like we are Facebook friends, and I don't know if I've seen you on a live on Facebook. You know what I'm saying, talking about it, because I haven't been alerted for a live because I watch. You know what I mean? So I just feel like you got to do a little bit more to get the word out. You know what I'm saying? Utilize your platforms, because a lot of people don't like donating to stuff that they don't know what's going on, that they don't understand. So, to have a GoFundMe is great, but have a video telling why this GoFundMe is so important. You know what I'm saying? What is the mission? Like do a live and actually explain this. It's people who are on Facebook like all the time. And I'm also going to send you a link when we're finished. I'm going to send you a link. I don't know if you're, well, I haven't seen you on it, so I don't think you're on it. It's for an owl app. And it's so many people, oh my gosh, to network with. Filmmakers are on there. You have, it's just so many, you have other authors and things like that. So I'm going to make sure I send you that link.
I appreciate
So
that.
you can get incorporated with that, and you can also, you'll be able to reach out to other people. You see what I'm saying? And hey, how'd you get your film started? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't do film, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know about that, but I want to link you with some remarkable people. You know what I'm saying?
I'm open,
And
and I'm open to that. And that's again, this is why I do my podcast in the first place.
right. Because I mean, iron sharpens iron, and we only get better by helping each other. You know, it doesn't do me any good to withhold any information that can help this king be saluted up. You know what I'm saying? So, I will make sure that you get that, and then you sign up for it, and all you got to do is just look for the people that you want to talk to. It's other authors on there. Like, oh my gosh, when I tell you, I have met so many people. You know what I'm saying? And they're all over the world. They're not just in one state or anything like that. And they host a lot of events. It's other podcast people on there. Like it really is an amazing door for an entrepreneur that needs networking. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely something that I believe will help you.
And I'm interested. Now, is there, if you don't mind, do you have any other questions you would like to ask me? Oh, I think we lost her. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, my goal is to encourage everybody that's on my Facebook friends list to come on this podcast. Even if you don't, even if you're not a business owner, you just come on here. So that way we can network with each other and speak and talk. We're just having a conversation. Do you have any specific questions you'd like to ask me?
I'm sorry, your mic is kind of fuzzy for me.
Are there any questions that you would like to ask me, Pacific?
No, just hit me after this, and you know what I'm saying. We'll move forward with a couple of things on your end, and I will see how it is that I can be of assistance to you as well.
I really appreciate that. And again, ladies and gentlemen, especially those of you that have spiritual titles, please allow me to come on your platform, make arrangements with me. Again, I want to interact with everybody that's on my Facebook friends list and everybody that's in my social groups. I'm not the one that, just on here just trying to trying to be quote unquote popular and have a whole lot of people. I want to network with people that's business minded.
Right.
That's what I'm about. And if you're all about games, you might as well delete me off your friends list because I'm not on that.
Right.
Again,
Right.
we're about raising the bar over here. With that being said, thank you all for listening, and peace and blessings. And that's going to
Thank
conclude
you
our
so
show.
much for
No
having me.
problem. No problem. And that's going to conclude our show for today.